Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Real Housewives of Moto. This was a fun one. Katie and I had not talked since Loretta's, like in person. Like we had texted, obviously, and things like that. But we recap Loretta's very briefly. We talk about Shifty Gate, which many of you found me through. We talk a little 450 Moto, what's going on with Eli, Chase going down. Does he have a therapist? Holy cow. Women's motocross, Lala just killing it. And then just a few little gossipy things around the sport. So if you are enjoying Real Housewives of Moto, please give me a like and a follow on all the platforms. Subscribe on Spotify, on YouTube. Give me a follow on Instagram. I have got stickers that we are running to the end of. I found some more that I had. I forgot that I had a stashed away. I love seeing these like out in the wild. Like there's one at Glen Helen, and I've seen a few others that you guys have sent me pictures of, and it just like brings me so much joy. So that is happening. There's a few more stickers left. I am in the process of booking travel to some races coming up, so that's very exciting. And we are officially on the wait list for Arlington Supercross for the Suite. And that will be coming too. So I'll have a sign up form if you're interested. When I have the dates, or not the dates, I have the dates. I have the dates of all the Supercross rounds. Ooh, I'm sorry, I can't share it. But I have the dates to Supercross, and when those suites are available, they will let me know. So hope you guys enjoy this one, and I will see you guys after Unadilla.
I was watching kind of in the car. I went to go visit a friend. So I watched the first half. I watched Moto 1 250, and then I watched half of 450. And then once Hunter got Eli, I got in the car and left.
I love that. So on brand.
And then Derek and I, we watched Moto 2s when we got back.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about you?
I was watching it in the RV that we rented this weekend, and then I was watching it from. It was so fun. We can talk about that. And then I watched part of it. We took all of our kids because there were 6 kids. We took them all to this like indoor play place, and I was trying to watch like the WMX race when we were there. I was like, "Shut up, Lala's on!" So, anywho, welcome back, friends, to another episode of Real Housewives of Moto. It's been a minute, Katie.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It is episode 25, which 25 will always be one of my all-time faves. 25 is Marvin Muscan in my heart, like forever.
Yeah,
I love Marvin Muscan.
I can't think of anyone else.
Is it open this year? Because he's still doing like things for KTM, like he's doing like ambassadorship stuff, and so I think he still technically has his 25 for AMA.
Yeah, I don't think he's like came out and officially retired.
No, he's doing all kinds of fun things. Like he's racing like 2 strokes, and I saw him with like it was a like a vintage helmet. Like there's no like full face on it, and I was like, this is so on brand for Marvin. Like he's so French and so like I don't know, adorable. But we'll talk about Mathilde later. Mathilde is going to be our like woman of the episode because it's 25. But they had a daughter, their only kid, and named her Margot. And my daughter's name is Margot, spelled the same way because they're French. And I'm just, well, funny story. I wanted to spell my daughter's name. I'm laughing as I say it. Margeaux, which is like the Cajun spelling. Which, like, Katie, I could see it on your face. You're just like, that's a lot of letters. Because that's how everybody else was. Everybody's like, Allie, no. And like, my last name is long. And they're like, your poor kid is never going to get through kindergarten if she has to write Margeaux on top of every single paper. So we love Margot's. I love Marvin. I've said it a million times, but like when Marvin and Kenny were on 250s on KTM and Dunge was on 450, that was like my intro to Moto. That's like when I was the most like in love with it. Mathilde, we'll talk about later, was the first like Moto interaction I ever had on social media. Like I commented like on a pair of her pants or something, and she was like, I got them from TJ Maxx or something. And I was like, oh my God, like freaking out because she messaged me back. But
yeah, stars, they're just like us.
They shop at TJ Maxx. They have cute pants. They have adorable daughters with adorable names. But anyway, so we'll get there. But we got a lot of new followers and friends this week, or I guess last week, because of Loretta's. So we should probably recap that. How much of Loretta's did you watch? Like I felt like I was kind of like in and out. Like it was either on or off.
Yeah, it was really busy at work, so I kind of just squeezed in what I could. Like I made sure I watched Lala's race. I was kind of keeping an eye on Aiden, Chris Kiefer's son. And then the pro.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when you said John Tomac was in the chat, I instantly logged in for that.
Girl, it's so funny. I've heard it on a couple episodes, like a couple podcasts where they're like, whether it was, people in the chat, like Cade Clayson popped in and they were like, there's no way that was John Tomac. And I'm like, that chat was such a dumpster fire that I'm like, someone to come in and be nice and use proper grammar. Like, I want to believe it was John Tomac. So I'm going to say it was John Tomac. Dang it.
Yeah. Maybe that was the only real one because there was like an Eli Tomac one, and I'm like,
no
no,
way.
that's not Eli.
No way. No. Also, can we talk about who's not Eli? His mid race tweet that everybody's like, oh my God. That was not him. That's got to be Jessica, right?
No, I think it was 100% Eli.
You think it was Eli?
I don't think Jessica would do that.
No, I don't think so. I don't actually. In reality, I don't. But I think about Lindsay Dungy and like her comments where she's like, when Ryan was going to come back and said, if Ryan comes back and podiums, like I'll cut my balls off, and then she tweeted like, anybody got scissors or something?
Or knife? Yeah, she said anyone got a knife.
I love it. Oh my gosh, God, that cracks me up. It's funny. I made a reel. We'll get back to Loretta's. I made a reel about the broadcast calling Hunter the Diesel, and I'm like, whoa. Like, I'm not ready to give up that nickname from Dunge. And also, like, can we get a little bit more creative with our nicknames? Like Dunge is not in the grave. Can we give Hunter a new nickname? And so I tagged Lindsay and Ryan in it, and Lindsay was like, I love you for this. She's like, Ryan will always be the Dungy. It's too soon. So, I mean, the Diesel. But I'm happy for Hunter. I'm happy for Hunter and the 2-2. I feel like it was a little like, I don't know, like underwhelming because of the jet stuff. We'll get there, but I'm not ready to give him the Diesel. We need to come up with a better nickname.
Yeah, like he's the Hunted.
The Hunted. I like that. The Hunted. I was trying to come up with something crafty for like his new like facial hair that he's doing. Like I was looking at it and it's like, it's really strong on both sides, but this thing, what is this thing called in the middle? Is this called your frenulum?
I don't know.
I think it's called your frenulum.
No clue.
He has no hair there. So it's just like right here. This is great radio.
He can be like the Harry Hottie Hunted.
Harry Hottie Hunted. H3. I'm writing it down. We're not
Hunted,
James Stewart.
No, Hunted Harry Hottie.
I miss Bubba's World, the podcast, so much because of his nicknames, like Kenny and German Chocolate and like Neck Burn going over the finish line.
Yeah, he has great one-liners. Even this past weekend when he said like Eli must have saw the sheriff or something. He's
state trooper.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, James is a good one. Thinking about Loretta's. So if you have found us through my reel about Shiftygate, which was the 50cc drama, welcome. Gained about 1,100 followers in 4 days on Instagram. So that was crazy. We just started this thing back in April and I've got like over 4,000 real followers. I check on every single one of them. If you're a bot, bye. I don't want bot followers. Like, get out of here. So really enjoying the interaction on that. I had my mind blown by the amateur world. Like I've never been someone who said that she understands amateur moto like at all. Like I have gone out and said it's practically a different sport. Like it's so gnarly. There's so much money in it. These parents are so, just giving everything to these kids. So like I had so many moto moms, like actual mini moto moms, reach out to me and explain things like so graciously. And like, we're like, well, actually like, protesting someone is actually like a compliment because you think that like their kid is ripping and like, you should not be offended if you're protested. And I'm like,
yeah.
But there were several cheaters in several classes. But the overwhelming sentiment that everybody was like, cheating happens at every race all the time, everywhere. And I'm like, this makes me sad. So that sucked.
That was just, it came out of left field, like it was towards the end. It was a good week.
Mm-hmm. And the 50s. Teeny tinies.
Yeah, the babies.
I know. So that was a big bummer, but it got me a lot of new faces and a lot of new listeners. And so we're excited to grow the Romy empire. And just like the moms who get it, like I just like the female, well, I should say, big caveat. I had 2 real haters come for me on Instagram in the last 2 weeks. Whoa, hello balloons. We're celebrating. Celebrating haters. Thanks, Riverside. I need to turn that off. I saw that on somebody else's pod that uses Riverside. Like, I think it was the thumbs up. I think if you do a thumbs up, it gives you a bubble. Oh, maybe not. Now I look like an idiot. Had 2 very, very angry women in my comments and my DMs. The first one was the heir apparent to O'Neill, like the gear company, just going off at me and everybody else in my comments. Called me a cackling hen, which I actually kind of like love that. And like one of the Romies sent me a mock-up. She's like, "Do we make shirts? Here's the image." And I'm like, this is so tempting. But I just let it ride, and like you guys came and like backed me up in the comments, and it was just hilarious and lovely. And the second one was another woman. I'm not even giving her a second thought. Like I followed her because she followed me. Like when I first started. So she's been following Real Housewives of Moto since like its inception, but then she was like, she got mad at me for posting the Chase meme, like of like,
Oh, I
which was
saw
so
that.
funny.
Like, yeah, it was. It's just,
I don't
yeah.
understand.
People have
get
too much time on their hands to.
I really do. I thought it was hilarious. I had so many people that were like, "Oh my god, this is so funny." I'm like, I didn't even create it. Like, go after the dude that created it, you know? Which honestly, like, I think that like memes making fun of Chase hitting the ground is different than memes making fun of Chase hitting the ground and getting up like he can, because the dude is a freight train. Like,
And to be fair, we didn't know about his shoulder injury when you
right,
posted that.
right. I thought it was going to be like ankle, foot, leg. Like he hit the ground, and I was like, my ankle would have exploded, like straight up. So I made her very mad. She was typing, and then I screenshot her viewing my story in my stories, and then she stopped typing, but she didn't block me. First lady, cackling hen, O'Neill lady did. So in my little slice of the internet, my little slice of the moto world, like, don't be mean. Don't be mean, especially if you're a woman. And if you are mean, look at my page. I will call you out. Like, I have no problem putting people on blast because it's my page. Like, get out of here. There's too much negativity on the internet. And like, it's not that serious. Like, we're talking about dirt bikes. Like, when it is that serious, like when we're being Aiden's passing, we treated that with respect. We treat that with honor. But like, shit, when we're making fun of people hitting the ground for the umpteenth zillion time and walking away from it, like, chill, Karen.
I know. It's so frustrating at this point because it's like, you know, it's already such a niche sport and this is such a niche community. It's just appreciate for what it is. Like, we're not sending people to space. Like,
no, really.
We're not saving lives. Like, it's really not that serious. Like,
No.
have a sense of humor.
But now that you said space, I can't turn it off. Like, who would actually like survive the longest in space? Like, if we colonized Mars, who from Moto are we sending?
Probably Eli.
And Garrett. They'll go bow hunting for aliens.
Yeah.
What the heck? Where does our brain go? Oh my gosh. I've been reading Andy Weir. He wrote The Martian and Project Hail Mary. So I'm like all up in my space feels. And like, I'm like, who, like Matt Damon played one of his people. And I'm like, who would, if they were stuck on Mars, or I don't even know what planet it is. Like, who would it be and how would they get back? It would absolutely be Eli. Like, for sure.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's hope that never happens. Eli, stay on Earth. You can be the ET here on Earth. So
ET phone.
ET. Yeah. I was terrified of that movie as a kid. Side note, that was for free.
Me too. I didn't really care much.
He's so creepy. Our version of ET is much more enjoyable on the eyes. We'll put it that way. Also, his picture of dropping off Lev at kindergarten. I know you and I were commenting on it. So freaking cute.
I know. It was so sweet. I put it on Twitter and it like blew up, you know?
Really?
It's just like people don't get to see that side of Eli unless they follow Jessica.
I know. I love it.
Like, and you see Eli in the Halloween costumes. So for those listening, follow Jessica Tomac because you get to see a side of Eli that a lot of people don't get to see.
Mm-hmm. Man, if we had thought ahead on our third episode, we could have spotlighted Jessica Tomac because Homegirl like has her own vibe brand. I mean, she's an entrepreneur. She had the baby boutique. She's got the wedding planning. She's got all the cows. She's got all the mini donkeys. 3 babies. Eli, like.
Yeah, I respect her because she kind of just stays in her lane, you know? Like, she's friendly with everyone, you know? Because I kind of see, like, other moto wives will comment on her pictures, but I just feel like she's herself, just like Eli is, and focuses on the kids and Eli for the most part. Like, she's not making get ready morning with me videos, which I wish she did, right? But girl, I kind of like how she kind of sticks to herself.
Yeah. I like though that she has like her own personality, you know? Like, I think that there's some I get flack for this. I also got flack for my MLM comment about women in moto and MLMs. I'm like, don't come at me with your MLMs, which means I'm never going to get Brittany Chisholm on the pod, which is sad because I love Brittany Chisholm, but I just don't want to talk about MLMs. But Jessica Tomac, I feel like she's got she's got personality where so much of the so often I think that women married to pro riders because the rider has to be selfish. You mold into this career and this pattern and everything. And so kudos to Jessica, one, for doing it, but two, like sticking to it, because I'm sure that all these women like don't want to have to put their life on hold, but they have to. And their husbands, like most of these guys, are making decent money. So like good on you. But her doing it while Eli is racing and while they have kids, like I think is really cool. So we're
Yeah.
big fans of Jessica Tomac. She posted one picture. Maybe it was in the same ones with Lev going to school, but her arms are like a thing of beauty. Like I'm like, I have never had arm envy before, but she was like holding up like this. And I'm like, see, I have no muscle here. And it was just like cut, like ripped, but like feminine. And I was like, wow, I didn't think I had like an arm complex, but now I do. Thanks, Jessica.
She probably works out with Eli in
Dude,
their own
right?
gym.
Oh my gosh. I would love to see that. Like, can you imagine like when they filmed Mac and Deegs if like Hayden Deegan walks into the Tomac gym and Jessica's just like throwing down, like pumping iron?
Oh, I would love to see how all of that went down.
Me too. Me too. I remember when that happened and I was like, surely this is a Deegan orchestrated thing. Like Deegan and Star, but I'm like, there's no way John and Eli are like, yeah, let's have Brian and
Yeah, like
Hayden come hang
come hang
out.
out with us. Yeah, they are complete opposite. I am excited to see how they'll mesh for Team USA, you know?
Me too. Katie's going. You're going to Destinations.
I am. So in '07, my dad and all of his best friends went to Budds Creek for
Oh, that's
donations.
right.
And it was Ricky Carmichael's last race. And Villa Poto was an open on a 250.
Mm-hmm.
And that was how long ago now? Like what,
19
almost.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
wild.
all of them still talk about it that day. Like they're
Yeah.
like, it's just a feeling you don't get to feel very often. My dad shed a tear. So Team USA makes grown men cry.
I love that.
So, and I mean, they still talk about it. I don't talk about Anaheim 5 years ago or another race, but they always talk about Team USA and going to Budds Creek, and Villapoto smoked everyone that day, even on 450s. It was
Mhm.
Ricky's last race. We were big Carmichael fans back in the day. And I'm just like, I have two regrets. I regret not going to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, and I regret not going to Donations in 2022 at Redbud. So I was like,
Those are both solid.
I was like, this is my I have to go. So my mom's going, my dad, my uncle, Derek, a family friend of ours. We've asked other people in our family group who, is into riding, obviously. So I'm very excited. Chase's shoulder injury. I'm like hoping it's nothing worse.
Yeah, me too.
But
Yeah.
and then I'm going to be nervous, extra nervous now, these next few rounds in Super Motocross, because the flights are booked, Airbnb's booked, and I don't want to throw any juju in. I'm not going to say, I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to put any juju out there.
Don't talk about the Star rider, the Star 450 rider. The 450 rider on Star as of right now, not the 450 rider who might show up at Anaheim 1. I think that Hayden's going to show up at Anaheim 1 on a 450. Anyhow, I'm so jealous. Like Katie, you asked me if I wanted to come with. I want to so bad. But we'll tease it here. There is a chance that your girl is going to go down under for some races, and that's going to drain the pocketbook. So my moto travel, I was going to go to club for the club open house. Don't look like Allie's going to be going there. Still going to Vegas SMX. Got to figure all that out because things are in flux. But absolutely going to Vegas SMX. But now looking like I potentially might be going to 2 races in said continent because they're back-to-back weekends. And so yeah, I have no more travel budget because flights to Australia are astronomical.
Oh yeah.
They're
I found
so
tickets
expensive.
to Indiana for $60.
On Spirit?
Yeah, it's
Good old Spirit, man.
But
No, hey,
you know
it's an
what?
airplane.
They don't have any crashes, so we're fine.
Crashes. I don't know why I thought you were going to say something about like snacks or something. No crashes. I love that. So lots of moto travel in the future for Real Housewives of Moto between Katie and Allie. So I need to add this as a line item in the budget. I'm realizing is like we have like fun travel, and I realize there needs to be like moto travel now because like if we're gonna try to make this thing make money one day to cover the flight to Australia costs, gotta get my act together. So Let's talk a little Ironman now that we're closer to what's this weekend? Is this weekend Unadilla? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, not
Yeah.
Dilla and then Buds,
Buds.
then back to Ironman for Destinations.
Yeah.
250s, we'll start off. I don't know why I started my notes with Marchbanks. Were they talking about him in the broadcast? They must have been.
They kind of did. They were talking about how he worked on starts and it was kind of like his weight,
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's so
yeah, yeah,
tall, was holding him back from getting good starts.
yeah,
And he just comes through the pack,
yep.
like every time.
Yeah, that's what it 147 people. Now I know what it was. I need to make better notes. Yeah, they said that, like, so his starts have not been great. He's using starting blocks now, which is insane because he's so freaking tall, but it is to get that weight up over the front. But he has passed 147 people. I don't know if that's got to be Supercross and motocross. That can't be moto only. I don't know. If you're starting in last, that's 40 people, 39 people per race. So I think that's incredible. We love Garrett Marchbanks, the sexy caveman. He has signed finally an extension with Cowie. Praise the Lord.
Oh, thank goodness. He
Oh,
was jobless a few weeks ago, he
I
said.
know, I know, and I know that there's drama at club with him. I don't know what it is, but DB said it on Main Event Moto that, like, he knew that there was drama. He didn't know the depths of the drama. It's like they ended on bad terms because DB was like, well, "What if we brought Marchbanks back?" And DB said he was shut down hard and fast, like no discussion of Garrett going back to club. So I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, that's awkward." So good on Garrett. Good on Garrett for locking down with Cowie. We're
yeah.
excited about
So
that
does
one.
that mean Ty Masterpool's gone?
Ty's got to be out. He hasn't done shit. Sorry.
No.
Like, come
Yeah.
on, dude. Like, he's posting gym selfies yesterday, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, and I don't know where he's gonna go. Like, I could see him going to club. I could see DB recruiting him out there. But he's
Yeah.
got his facility here. He's like down the road from me. So I don't know. I don't know why you'd give up your own training facility and your own track and your own bed and your own food to, like, go to club, even as awesome as club is. And I know we know because DB has said this that, like, for everybody that's moving, especially at 250s, you need to be on site. Like, there's not going to be any, like, remote people. I think maybe Ando would have been the exception if Ando had gone that route, but that's neither here nor there. So, other things in 250, Pierce Brown. I like Pierce
Oh,
Brown. I like him, but, like, homeboy
dude.
cannot stay off the ground. Like,
That broke my heart.
I know.
I'm like, really? The first race back?
I know.
I
So
felt so bad for him.
that one sucks. That one's brutal. He's getting, not with the surgeries, but he's getting to be like Styles Robertson for me. Um, Robertson? Is that his last name? Styles Robertson. Now I'm like second guessing myself.
I know.
Styles.
Why am I saying Styles?
Styles is just burned into my brain for, like, screaming at Hunter at that outdoor race in their underwear. Do you remember that? Like, where they got
No.
cross-redded and they crashed into each other in the air, and then Hunter went over to his rig and Styles, like, is yelling at him in his underwear because Hunter came over, like, while he was getting undressed. Like,
Oh my
that was from,
gosh.
like, 2022. This is rare that Allie remembers something that Katie doesn't. Allie has the worst memory
I know.
ever. Katie's like a moto elephant. Elephants remember everything. But I just remember, yeah, because Styles is a Bakersfield guy. And I remember like Joe and DB talking about it and be like, Bakersfield guy throwing down in his underwear. But it was because Hunter came to, like, yell at him about basically cutting him off because they got cross-threaded, whatever. And he was, like, changing out of his gear and was, like, literally in his underwear. So that's, like, burned into
Oh
my
my
brain. But
gosh. Yeah, I wonder if he'll get a job within the industry or something.
he's so well liked. Like, I saw so many tributes. Like, his girlfriend shared one. It was
Yeah.
so sweet. I shared it. I was like, thank you for writing this, because I know, like, there were some really nasty comments, like, on Styles's post, and I know, like, she was really tempted to pop off at people, and I'm like, girl, I get it. Like, I understand, like, wanting to clap back, especially when it's your man that someone's attacking. But
Yeah.
I thought her post was really sweet and, like, emotional and, like, gets to the heart of, like, I called Moto, like, a cruel mistress. Like, you love her so much, but she just breaks your heart. And I'm like, I saw that. And this is how I'm feeling Pierce Brown is headed. Like, Pierce has had so many bad injuries, um, and for so long that I'm like, at what point do you, like, hang up the boots? Like, how do you make that decision?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Austin Faulkner would be the first to make that decision.
Right? Yeah. And I mean, he up until really, like, this weekend, like, he kind of struggled this weekend. I had the results pulled up, but Forky was looking good. But does that mean
Mhm.
that there's an open Triumph spot now for next year? Because Styles is on Triumph.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, who could go there? Maybe like a I have to look at who's not signed, but maybe a privateer. That'd be cool. Um, the other things in 250 Moto 1 is Deegan cut like a 7-second lead in like half a lap. Like I'm like, what just
Yeah.
happened? Like
Yeah.
I thought like timing and scoring was wrong as I was watching it, but I was like, no, it's just Deegan being Deegan. Like he's incredible on a bike. I will never discredit that. He is insane. So
And he's
that was
fun to
wild.
watch. He's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. He reminds me, I feel like he's like, I think I've said this before. He's like if Eli and Villo had a baby. Like they just like they ride that bike so hard and they're aggressive and like I know that the Villo kind of, steered with the back end. And I guess Eli does too, but like when I look at Hayden, like you could put Hayden on a bike, like blacked out bike and put like Jet or Chase and like you could tell the difference between all of them. Even if like you're not that familiar with moto. Like you can watch Hayden ride and that's different from Jet, which I think is a gift to us. Like it'd be boring if everybody rode the same way and everybody looked the same, you know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second moto 250s. It's kind of a snore. Like Deegan's just running away with it. He
Yeah.
got the whole shot. He was gone. Post race press conference. Deegan said that Joe had made some dirty moves on him in Supercross, which I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, you mean that someone actually raced you? Like,
Yeah,
what?
Wyatt just complimented him how he's been doing so well in his
Mhm.
speeches, and then
Mhm.
he threw that little zinger in there at the end.
Mhm. Have you
I'm like,
seen the clip that's going around that cuts to Joe? Because you know when they're doing the race, all three of them are on screen. That one
yeah,
cuts to Joe and Joe's like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I love Joe
He's just trying so hard to mind his own business.
and give no Fs. Like I truly do
Yeah,
not think that Joe is scared of Hayden. And he shouldn't be. I mean, like they're not on the same level consistently. And I think Joe, like if Hayden is gone next year, Joe's got this on lock. Like unless like
yeah,
someone like Seth Hamaker or Garrett Marchbanks, like unless they like pop off, like Joe's got next year on lock. Like Tom's back to Europe. Tom is so boring to me. I'm sorry. Like I forget he exists. Like this is terrible.
yeah. I see him. I'm like, oh gosh, I always forget how cute he is.
Yeah,
But that's it.
that's it. That's it. I like followed his girlfriend. I think maybe she followed me back. I'm sorry if you do, and I don't remember her name, but they're adorable. And I'm like, are you going back to Europe with him? So I'm curious how that's gonna go. But yeah, Tom's out. I'm bored. Like go back to
Yeah,
Europe. No
I'm
shame.
I'm sure all of the 250 riders are so ready for Hayden to just get out of that class.
I would be too.
I'm sure they are like counting down the seconds till
Yeah.
Hayden is not in that class
Yeah,
anymore.
they're probably like, no, please ride buds on a 450 so someone can
Yeah.
have a shot,
Yeah.
Woof. I keep telling people I was like, I wholeheartedly agree with everything that DB said in his episode breaking down like when Hayden should go up or whatever. But like selfishly, I'm like, I would love to see Hayden race buds because there's no point to it. And I know that like the Deegans like that, like they like kind of having like a mulligan as DB calls it. But I think the mulligan is all of Supercross. It's not one race, but like I would love to see it. I would love to see it because I think Jet is in peak form and Hayden's in peak form. And I think like they're both going to be exhausted, regardless of which. If Hayden rides 250 and Jet continues 450 Supercross, they're both going to be exhausted come May next year for Paula. So I would love it this year, but I do also understand like delaying the gratification, I guess. But I definitely think he shows up at A1 on 450. It's like, what? We didn't plan on this. And it's like,
Hey guys, I'm here.
hey guys, hey, like so much so that I could see them like putting out a 250 with his graphics on it, like during press.
Oh yeah.
But then they also like let's explore this. Like if Star were to pull this off. So if Hayden shows up at A1 and they want to keep it a secret until race day, like if they kept it a secret through press day, they'd have to have a fake 250 with his graphics on it. But then what if they take the graphics off and they put Cole Davies graphics and it's actually Cole's bike and Cole races West and Hayden races a 450. Ugh. Now I need to go to A1. I think
Yeah.
that'd be cool. I'm here for that. So, but then you look at like, I mean, we don't know what Eli's going to look like on KTM, which we still haven't heard about, which is bizarre. We don't know what Cooper Webb's going to look like. I think J Coop is going to be kind of the number one of Star now because he's on fire. So Star's going to look very different come Anaheim 1. I'm here for it. So that'll be exciting. Let's talk 450s. Let's talk about the man himself. You had said you noticed that Eli didn't really seem himself in a pre-race interview
No,
with Katie.
not at the TMUSA announcement,
Mhm.
and that Katie interviewed him on the start line. And yeah, I just noticed right away that his energy seemed off. Like he just kind of didn't seem like himself or like that excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then he got the whole shot, like
Had
finally.
2 whole shots, like both of them. Like what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. And then yeah, he went from first. How long was he in first? Like maybe half the race, almost half the
Mhm.
race. And then he went
Just
back to 7th, and I was like, "What the
dropped
heck?" And then
anchor.
Faith texts me and was like, "Oh my god, he must be hurt. This is sad to watch, blah 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 blah." And then that tweet came out with Steve,
Mhm. He's
and
mad.
then
He's mad.
yeah, and then I was like, "Well, he better at least podium second moto."
Mhm.
Um and he did. He was in second, but
Mhm.
I listened to the review show for Steve, and Eli's pants broke moto 1.
That happened one time before. Like his pants
Yeah, it
broke when
happened at Anaheim.
is he in Alpine
So,
Stars? Right? He's in Alpine Stars
yeah.
gear?
Yeah.
Guys.
Because, like, to me, it didn't make sense how he faded, like, being physic like, he looked sick,
Yeah, he did
and I
not. He
knew
didn't look on.
something was off. And, it was weird to me that he faded Moto 1, but not Moto 2, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You think it'd be opposite, right?"
Yeah.
But then it came out his pants broke in Moto 1. So now I'm thinking, well, what if his pants didn't break? He probably would have won the
Dude, I don't
overall.
know. He looked good. Before he dropped anchor. I was kind of wondering like cuz he hasn't said like what the illness was and I was kind of wondering if maybe it was a breathing thing like if like before we knew about the pants thing.
Um,
And I'm like maybe he
he's
like couldn't breathe.
Well, I guess Jason Thomas said that they asked media not to
Mhm.
bring up Eli's sick. Like
Who
they
wait,
asked
who asked?
them,
Star or the
I
Tomacs?
don't I don't know. They
Hmm.
just Jason said like we were told to not talk about Eli's sickness this weekend.
Interesting.
And then on the Racer X quotes that they posted yesterday, Eli said that he came down with like the flu on Friday.
Ooh. Yeah. Well.
Because Thursday, the Blue Crew quote said, "I'm recharged and ready to go," right?
Oh, yeah,
So then
true.
he must have woke up Friday sick, and
Yeah.
then race Saturday, still did amazing, still podiumed,
Yeah.
like,
He went 6'3" for 3rd overall.
so yeah, he's sick. Hopefully he's better.
Yeah.
But he also hates Unadilla, so I can't get my hopes up this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think like when I hear that, like almost with any other writer, I'm like, why do you not want us to talk about it? Like, why? What are you hiding? But with Eli, I'm like, I don't think he wants the excuse. Like, I think he wants to be like, I did my best. Don't talk about me being sick.
That's what he said in the press conference. He
Yeah.
said, he goes, "I hate giving excuses, but yeah, I'm like physically unwell this weekend."
Ugh. I love him. I was talking to Courtney Roxon about this. And I said we were talking about something else and we were talking about their motorhome. And I was like, I feel like Kenny and Eli are the end of an era. Like you get what you get. And even when Kenny was struggling, you knew where Kenny stood. You always know what you get with Eli. And I just feel like this next generation, while it's fun to watch, I just feel like it's like there's so much more bullshit. And I joked with her. I was like, "Did we peak? Did we peak in 2016? Like, did we peak with Kenny's injuries? Like, that was the best we were ever going to get with Moto?" And she's like, "Well, I think we peaked with Kenny's injuries. Yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
oh
No,
man,
no, no.
they're
But
good ones.
yeah, I know. It's gonna really suck when they're not there anymore.
I
That's why we gotta
know.
soak it up. We gotta stop this whining about Eli and this and that. Like he's still there.
Yeah.
Out
If
of
you,
his generation, he is still a podium guy,
Mhm.
like basically almost lapping his generation. So we gotta
Yeah,
cut him some slack, okay?
he's incredible. He's incredible. So that's why I'm gonna pay thousands of dollars to go see him race in another country, another continent. So he did get the whole shot in Moto 2. So that's a big deal for Eli because Eli's not the greatest starter. So I was like, holy shit, like 2 whole shots. Like whatever they figured
That
out. Good job.
yeah, and that's the track that Team USA will be
Mhm.
on. So
Mhm.
hopefully he just repeats that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And writers had things to say. I thought everybody was going to be up in arms about taking out Godzilla. Like I think the fans were more upset about that, but the writers, it seems like were very chirpy about the new wood section. Um
Yeah.
I think it was between like it was like the shadows, which we understand shadows are always hard. But then they brought in like the mulch there too because it was like a brand new part of the track, and so I think it got really slick. And so there was a number of riders I heard that were like, "No, take that out. Like, do not have the trees at Destinations."
Yeah, the track just looked extra dangerous to me this weekend. I don't know what it was, but you could
Mhm.
just see the ruts on the TV
Mhm.
good, and a lot of people were making mistakes. Like
Yeah.
Eli almost Supermaned in
Oh gosh, that
qualifying
was
and gave me a
scary.
heart attack, and
Yeah.
then Chase, and there's a lot
We'll
of
talk about
weird.
Chase.
Yeah, there was like a lot of. It just looked like sketchy. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I felt like I was seeing plywood, and then I was like, "No, there's no plywood, Allie. Like that's just the dirt. That's the ground compacting, you know?" Like I was like, that's how far they made it through that topsoil. But yep, I'm very curious to see how the track shapes up for Destinations for sure. Because really like this is the best team. I mean, we've had good teams, don't get me wrong, but like this is the best team that we could send to try to combat Australia. Like I mean, Hunter and Jet are just going to go on a run, and who's their third? Kyle Webster. I think Kyle Webster's
yeah,
the
and
third.
he raced 450 last weekend at Ironman,
Yeah.
and he got
Yeah.
21st.
What did he get? Hold on, I have it. Hold on, because I wanted to look that up.
21st.
Oh, good. Dude, all of these international people coming over. Like Valentin Goulad, ninth. Like, get out of here, dude. So I'm excited about that. I hope Eli is
Yeah.
healthy. I mean, that's like 2 months away, so he'll be fine. I hope Chase's
Yes.
anything that's wrong with Chase, I hope is fine. Like, let's talk about Chase. Let's talk about Chase. Um, I hope he has a therapist. Let's put it that way. Like, if I am Chase, I am spiraling, pissed at the world, confused, grateful for my body because holy shit, homie hit the ground so hard. Um, I just he is incredible. For all the wrong reasons. Like like he's gonna go down in history as like someone who withstood the most insane crashes and the most insane get offs. But it was a mechanical. Ian from KTM has gone on record saying it's some combination of dirt getting into places it shouldn't have been and getting compacted because the wheel was locked going off the jump. Spun around on him when he tried to pick it back up, but like he basically fell out of the air and got up and walked away. Like he's a
Yeah.
machine. Like
The way my heart dropped when I saw that,
yeah.
I'm like,
When he was
oh,
airborne,
he's
I was like
fine.
gagging. I was like, what is like I feel like I was gonna like throw up. Like
Yeah. That
he
I'm speechless.
I am too, because I'm
I
like,
don't know what to say.
because he does. I mean, this was not him tucking the front. This was not the weird shock thing, you know. So it just sucks. It sucks for Jade Dungy. I love Jade Dungy. I love the whole Dungy family, obviously. It sucks that Jade didn't get that, get the win and the money that comes from it. Um, Chase apparently was pissed, like left immediately after, like got in the motorhome and like pieced out. Um, I'm gutted for him. It sucks. It sucks that like this is how you're gonna like end your career on KTM. He's got to be looking to the future, and like even if he thinks that the grass is greener, the Cowie green grass is greener, like he's got to be thinking about I've got to develop another bike. He's got to be banged up more than he's admitting. So for somebody who's so fast and so talented, like my heart breaks for him because he has the worst luck in moto. Period. Like
He does.
someone's got a voodoo doll for him now. Like it was Austin Forkner, now it's Chase. So, he's out till SMX. Honestly, like at that point, like if he has any type of injury, like heal it up. Like he could win the SMX rounds with how the point standings are. Like I could totally see it. I could
Yeah,
see
I
him
could
getting in there.
totally see him winning.
Yep. So Chase, we're cheering for you. Our heart breaks for you. Like truly. We were talking beforehand, but also like his girlfriend that I outed, which like you can find her if you pay attention to Instagram at all. She still views all my stories, but she doesn't follow me. And I'm very curious, like, one, do you listen to the pod? Do you listen? Are you listening, girl? Because if you are, like, hit my DMs. But like, why don't you follow me if you view my stories every day? And also, what do you think I'm gonna say about Chase that some 35 millennial mom, like, that it's gonna matter? Like, I don't hate him, and I'm not out here to steal your man. Not that I could.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, did you read the new poem that Lewis made for him?
no, I
There's a
missed it.
new one.
Oh my
Yeah, it's on
gosh.
Pulp. Because I
Okay.
guess Pulp, Chase was supposed to be on with Lewis Monday, and Chase didn't respond to their text.
In person or call in? No way in person. He'd definitely call in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a call-in, but yeah, he was supposed to be on the show, but
Oh my god.
he never like text Steve or back.
He's gotta be in a dark place mentally. Like, how could you not be? How could you not be? You were gonna win. You're going to win the overall, shut everybody up. You're the only person that's been able to bring it to Jet. I mean, DB said it. He broke Jet in Moto 1. Like, Jet went for it and backed down. So,
Yeah.
like, Chase is the only one who can stick it to Jet right now. And that shit
Yeah.
happens. Like, it sucks. I hate that for him. I do, truly. So, our overalls, Hunter gets his first with a 2-2. RJ Hampshire, hello, 3-4.
Yeah.
So happy. I'm just like, I'm obsessed with like the whole Hampshire family. Like, their girls are adorable. Like,
They're
they're
so cute.
oh, they're so cute, and their matching outfits. Like, I just can't. Their mom Ashley, love it. And then our boy Eli, 6-3 for last place on the podium. Jet finishes 17-1 with his penalty, and Chase finishes 1/40th with
That
his
it was a wild weekend with
very
mix-ups,
wild.
and
Yeah.
that normally does not happen.
No, and like everybody's talking about it like all over the place. So yes, Jet was hit with a 1 lap penalty for him jumping the gate. If you look at it, Jeremy Hand is next to him and Barsha's on the other side. I think that Jeremy Hand flinches and then Barsha flinches and then Jet flinches. Like, it all happens like that. But you can see how like Barsha is reacting to Hand because, you know, they're all on the gate, and like if somebody flinches, like you can't help but see that out of your peripherals. But 1 lap, like, that just seems so insane to me. And apparently, like, the AMA, I mean, it's a 400-page rule book. Apparently, the AMA did not know that that penalty was that hard, and somebody brought it to them and were like, hey, here it is. And like, Honda was not happy about it because I'm sure Honda was just like, yeah, we'll take whatever penalty, whatever BS penalty you come up with. But the actual penalty in the books was a lap. And I mean, I just know that Honda's not happy. I want to know who found that. Like, who do we think brought that? Like, who has the most at stake? KTM? Like, would it be KTM? I mean,
I don't know, but I just like I feel like it's a bit much, but Jet is so far ahead in points. Like, you know, like what if him or Hunter or Eli were in like, you know, a 5-point difference right
yeah.
now for the championship? Like,
Yep. Oh, what's
I
the
feel like
yeah.
that would have caused an even bigger ruckus.
Yep, I think so too. Let me find the point standings right now. No, that's just
I think Hunter's like 45 down or something.
I thought I had them up, but I guess I do not. Oh yeah, so Jet is at 412 and Hunter is at 365. So he's down by like 45, something like that. Like, that's insane. And then Tomac is 40 behind Hunter. So really, we need both of them to both Hondas to both DNF. That's not going to happen, and I don't really want that.
That's not going to happen.
No.
No, Eli wouldn't want that either.
No, absolutely not. Last thing on 450s, shout out Malcolm Stewart. He's in 8th place for SMX standings, and AP is ahead of him, and AP is not racing until SMX. So Malcolm could jump him and be 7th seeded into SMX, and is the only rider still who has done every single round, and he's just quietly getting it done, and I'm so here for it. And he and his little girlfriend on TikTok are adorable, and I'm all up in my Malcolm Stewart feels. So I need to like buy me some Malcolm Stewart merch. Maybe I need like the FXR fishing gear. Maybe I need to get me some of that because I love Malcolm Stewart.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He is. Let's talk a little WMX. We got the girlies back this week, so I was so excited because, you know, I love Lala. I love the Turner fam. But we got the girls back. They had one moto on Friday and one moto on Saturday. I cannot imagine like how that feels. And a lot of these girls are still amateurs, so like they race a lot of different types of races and a lot of different race setups. So I'm sure there are days where they have done one moto one day, one moto the next day, and it's like Loretta's. But for a pro national, like that's a shift, you know. I'm wondering because they don't televise the LCQs for the men. Like, why couldn't a woman, in theory, I'm thinking Lala, like, why couldn't a woman race the men's class, just the LCQ, to see where they stack up against the guys? Like, I would love that. Like, just because everybody's like,
That's a
Lala,
good idea.
yeah. I'm like, I want to know. And everybody's like, Lala, how do you stack up against Lux? And I'm like, also, can we talk about Lala and not talk about Lux in the same sentence? Like, the Turner fam is incredible, but like, can we not in the same sentence compare her to her brother? Can she just be awesome on her own? That's what I want to know.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that would be cool. Like, if they wanted to like mix it up with the guys, and raced LCQ. Like, also, can you imagine like if Lala beat the boys out of the LCQ and qualified for the men's race? Like, I would die. I would die. That would be epic. So, anywho, that was just my thought where I was like, oh, that would be really fun. So, Lala killed it. She did not get a good start on the second moto, and it made me really nervous. But she literally went from like ninth place to first place in like half a lap. So I was like, she gone.
Wow. She's like, yeah, she's amazing.
She's so fast. And I remember like before I like met them at club, watching her at Thunder Valley and just being like, I've said this a million times, her corner speed is so insane. Like every time, and she gets so low. I'm like, I don't understand the physics of this because you're like sideways in the dirt and then you're just like, yep, and you pop right out of it. And so that's what I felt like at this race. I was like, your corner speed is incredible. Like, what?
Yeah. I love the pictures when they're in the corners and they just look like they're gonna fall over.
Yeah. Yeah, the physics does not compute in my brain, but, so yes, our girl Lala got first. Charlie Cannon, who is Australian, the whole, Uriev's team, Urieve Konski, the quad lock is the American version of the Honda team. They were all here, which I think is really cool that they all got to come and see where they stand against, the Americans. And then third place was, Michaela Nielsen, Moto KK. We love her too. And, ninth place, my girl Jaylee. So I met Jaylee at club with the Turners. She lives with the Turners and trains with Lala. She was in ninth place and she rode really, really well. And she got some TV time. And I was like, yeah, she looks good. So I was very excited for Jaylee. So shout out, girl. Let's see some other things around Moto. So we talked about Chase being out until SMX. Um, in that same breath, Alden Baker was on Pulp and was talking about the length of the series and it being too long and people staying healthy. And I know that Daniel is working on an episode for the Daniel Blair show about like the length of the motos and how they could fit into like the same length of the season, but just shorter races. So we're not like killing ourselves.
I really like that idea.
Me too. So I'm very excited about that.
Really good idea.
So when I posted about Alden talking about it, which I know is very divisive in the sport. Like I know that like Jace from Gypsy asked Jet what he thought about the length of the schedule. I think that was last year. And like he caught some crap. I don't know if it was from Feld or MX Sports or whoever, because it was like, don't talk about how long the schedule is. It's like, why the hell not? Why can't we talk about it? Like, chill out. Yeah. They're tired. It's okay. You're not like, I won't finish that thought. So when Alden said it and I posted it, I had no less than 10 people either in the industry or like industry adjacent that were like, thank you, Alden, for saying that. And thank you, Allie, for continuing to say it, because nobody feels like they can say it. They just have to suck it up and like deal with 31 races in a year and injuries and Epstein-Barr and, all the things. And I'm like, why can't we talk about this? It's weird to me that it's so taboo to talk about how long the season is. Like, do you feel that way?
Yeah, it is. Like, I just picture, if that's the word around the industry, the people that create the schedule should maybe say, we're not on the track riding. We don't know what it's like. Maybe we should look into it or change it somehow.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I kind of wish they did maybe more motocross and less supercross, because I mean, injuries do happen regardless, but it does seem less injuries in motocross. It's what they grow up doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I would like. But it's like, who's going to say, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's change it. Like starting next year, we're going to revamp this whole schedule, and I think they should have a longer break between supercross and motocross.
Oh, I do too. I think that's insane. Like
2 weeks is nothing.
Yeah. And they start testing for moto in like April,
Yeah.
It's just nonstop. I think it would be really interesting. And I know Trey Kennard tried to do this as kind of like a rider liaison, which honestly, like Trey would have been perfect. Like if the AMA had gotten on board with this, to like, I want to hear what the riders have to say. Like I want the riders and Feld or MX Sports to get together. I don't want it to be like the team managers and the OEMs, because the team managers and the OEMs have to think about, yes, the riders, but they also have to think about the rest of their team and their bottom dollar and profit margins. And I'm like, I really just want to hear what the riders have to say. Like, what if they were like, I think we could cut the schedule in half. And I don't even know. I don't even know, but I'm open for it to talk about it. And I don't want it to be about money. I want to talk about sustainability and keeping riders around longer, because we have been blessed as fans in our 30s, because these riders like Eli have been around forever, but like that was not the norm. So whatever is happening aside from becoming dads, we need to lean into that. Like, yes, it is clogging up the 250 class and kind of the amateurs coming up and people like Enzo Timmerman, things like that. But we got to figure out how to keep these guys around longer and see them more. Like, do you remember we had semis and then heats? Like, that
Yeah.
wasn't that long
Yes.
ago. I love that.
No, that wasn't, they changed that. Why can't they change anything
Exactly.
else?
Yeah. And like, didn't
And
Michael
it's
Leslie
like,
cry
it's
after
not
that?
the rate. Yes, he did. Or a heat. I think it was a heat.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But, and it's not necessarily the racing. Like, obviously, they love to race. Eli has said millions of times, "I
Mhm.
don't want to retire. I still enjoy the racing."
Mhm.
It's the travel that gets to them. It's the
Yep.
different time zones that get to them. It's the long day. It's all day
Yep.
that gets to them. It's the rushing to the airport after. And then they have to, practice during the week and work
Mhm.
out. It's all of that. It's
Yeah.
not when the gate drops. It's
Yeah.
everything surrounding that.
Yep. I was looking at the schedule, the 2026 schedule that I am not sharing. I don't want to get in trouble. It's right here on the other side of the
What?
phone. I know. There's a few when I was looking at it and like looking at like thinking on the calendar that I'm like, you're gonna go from there to there to there. Like, I get it.
Uh,
It's about like the availability of the stadiums and all the other sports and NFL comes first and blah blah blah. Like, I understand that, but like that's a lot. And even with just 4 time zones in the United States, like still that makes a difference. If you're based on Florida, based out of Florida and you're going back to California and then back to Florida. I know a lot of those guys stay in California for all the West Coast rounds, but like 4 hours one way and 4 hours back, 8 hours is a lot in one weekend and then you're a professional athlete and a lot of these guys have kids and nutrition. I wish we could line up locations better, but I understand that that's like a logistical nightmare. I do. I respect that
yeah,
side of the sport, but
yeah.
sometimes I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what?
Even just if you don't have a motorhome, they're sleeping in different beds every weekend at different hotels,
Mhm.
so they
Yep.
might not get the best night of sleep.
Yeah. Shoot, I was in my RV and I was like, "People do this at tracks? Like, I hope they have better mattresses than us." It was really fun though in our RV. It's funny. I was like, I messaged Kendall Plessinger about this because I was like, I think her and Aaron have the one that we like, the brand that we want. And like, I looked up the price tag and I was like, oh my gosh, like they're so
Oh, I could
expensive.
imagine.
Goodness gracious. But I could see how setting up a motorhome is like critical to your outdoor racing, like your mattress, your fluids. I mean, all of that. Like, I get it.
Mhm.
So, um, goodness gracious, I don't know how we got to motorhomes, but anyhow, other things around the sport that popped up this week. Prado, not happy at Cowie. That's not new, but hearing rumors about talking to KTM. I have it confirmed that it is not just bonuses in the KTM offer. It would be a salary. It would be a full offer. But I don't know. I think that they threw it out there being like, this is a big if, and you have to go figure out the Cowie side of it with your attorneys and all that. So I just can't imagine. I don't think there's any win for Prado going to KTM. Like, I think if he goes to KTM and he immediately starts doing well, then it's like that makes Cowie look terrible. And it makes it look like you want to jump ship if things aren't going great. So like you better hope that you stay with KTM to the end of your career. But then if he stays at Cowie and he's actually like talking to KTM, like that's not a good look. So I want Prado to shut up and stay at Cowie.
Yeah, all these silly rumors. Like yesterday, I saw one that Roxon might go to Cowie now.
What?
That was all over Twitter
Oh my
yesterday.
lord. No, I hadn't
And
heard
it's
that.
just like, I feel like people like take an inch and take it a whole mile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And turn it into like blow it up bigger,
Yeah.
or twist words. You know that game Telephone
Yes.
when we were
Yeah.
kids? Like I feel like that's what happens in the
Yes.
industry every day.
That's how I felt navigating when I was making the Shifty Gate reel. Is like I had so many DMs from people that were at Loretta's. We had video footage, all the stuff. Like it was insane. But then it was like my mom's cousin so and so was there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to deal with you unless you were there and you have footage or you work for the team or something. Like getting truth out of
Yeah.
Moto is so hard.
Yeah. I mean, there's 3 sides to every story. It's your side, my side, and the truth.
Exactly. Exactly. So somewhere in the middle of that. So I'm just ready for October 1. I don't like what bikes are Chase and Eli going to race at Destinations? Because both
Oh,
of their
Yama
contracts are up.
No, they're doing Yamaha and Chase will be on KTM.
But that's 4 days after their contracts end. So
I
did they
think
get
they
extensions?
extended it. Yeah, like, I feel like they would have made it very clear if they were gonna be on their new bikes.
Well, I didn't think they were gonna be on their new bikes, but I thought that they would be like I thought they would say something explicit that, like,
Oh, like an
we're extending it.
announcement?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm expecting that, maybe not, but just in my mind,
Maybe
like
an announcement after donations now, because I think they had to extend their contract a few days till donations
yeah.
is over, but I don't know.
And Disnations is, like, the 4th, right?
Yeah, I
What is
think
it?
it's 5th.
Let me see.
I need to find out about the parade. If you know anyone who knows the schedule of donations, because
Let me see.
ChatGPT said the parade is in downtown. So
Okay.
I need to know if I need a ticket for the parade or if it's included with the race ticket.
Okay. Romies. Romies, assemble. Figure this out because we need to know this. So it starts Friday, which is Friday the 3rd. I bet we don't hear anything about Chase's Cowie contract and Eli's KTM contract until Monday the 6th or Tuesday the 7th of October. This is insane.
I don't want to see Eli in orange. It's
No,
just
me
not a
neither.
cute
It's weird.
it's not a cute color. Like blue is like a sexy color. It's like a boy color. It's a cute color. And orange is so bleh.
It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. I
It's
will say
just
though,
bright.
as a tech, I went to Texas as a Texas fan. Like ours is burnt orange, and even that doesn't look good on everybody. One of my friends that I was hanging out this week, and she went to Oklahoma State, and their orange is like highlighter orange, like highlighter Halloween orange. And we were talking about that orange is just such a hard color. And I was thinking about KTM. Like I was like, I wouldn't want to wear head to toe KTM orange, which is why they offset it with the blue. You always see like, the orange and then like blue writing or whatever. But yeah, it's not a pretty color for sure.
No.
But whatever. We can survive that. We
And
can
I
survive.
can't picture a 3 on it either. It's
I
just gonna be
know.
weird. It's gonna be so weird.
No, what's gonna be weird is the 4 on Cowie and it's Chase.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gonna remind me of Ricky
Yeah.
Carmichael.
That blows my mind. I mean, Chase is on Alpine Stars gear. We all know. I know that Chase is in Alpine Stars gear. But man, I think it would be cool if he was on Fox and he could get like the kits that Prado was getting, like with the pink. Like
Yeah.
Prado's Fox kits have been on point. Like every single one of them I've loved. So I don't know how that
Mhm.
works. Like if there's going to be replicas or whatever, but they're incredible. So good job, Fox. Um, let's see, a few other things around the industry. Duke Gomez and Hayden Deegan, that vlog, I was in tears. Like, if you have not watched this, go watch it. It's on Duke Gomez's channel. I know the Duke is not like everybody's cup of tea. Like, I think sometimes like he's a little aggro, but the way that he's like clapping back at Deegan, who was like the clapback king, like just had me rolling. Like he was talking about like out weightlifting him or whatever, and he's like, dude, you're like 60 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, he's not wrong.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to watch that. I have not watched that.
Yeah, it's really funny. He calls Daxton Benedict Daxton Eggs Benedict. I'm like, that's what my mouth wants to say every time I say Daxton Benedict. I'm like, that's it. He put words to it. Oh goodness. So that was fun. Oh, also I was gonna mention this. I'm gonna get this is why I love the internet. These are the connections I want. So I don't know how we got connected, but I have a Romy follower. Her name is Afton, and she is a writer, and she writes spicy moto books. Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm so excited. And it's crazy. We were talking like we've been at the same races. Her husband used to race BMX. Like it's crazy. Like all the things that like we have in common. I'm like, girl, I got to get you on the pod. So like we're going to chat. Like we're going to chat. But I also told her, I was like, these are not small books. And she's working on book 3. She also sent me all kinds of goodies and stickers and bookmarks. Oh my God. I'm going to take a picture and just like show the world everything. But I told her this
That
morning, I
is
was like,
so cool.
I love spicy books. And like, I did not know this existed. There's some F1 spicy books and they're just so cheesy. Of course I read them. But I told her, I was like, you can't come on until I read them because I'm gonna have all the questions. And I'm so excited to read these that I'm like mad that I can't read faster. So like once I get through these, we're gonna have Afton on. And I'm so excited because this was the crossover I did not know I needed. And I'm pumped. So, and they're
No, like,
beautiful.
that's such a good
They're
idea.
so fun. They're so fun. Oh, I'm obsessed. So, Afton Caesar, if you AFTONSEESER on Instagram, she is a delight and she's going to be on the pod. But I have to read her books first, so I'm so excited. And the moto community needs to know that spicy fiction is a thing. So go read you some spicy books. Let's see. Last but not least, we're gonna talk Moto Woman of the Week, Matil Muscan, because I want to give the girlies a shout out. Have you ever met or interacted or had any crossings with Matil?
No, no.
She is a feisty one. So I remember somebody saying like she is out at Baker's factory every day with that pit board up in the dirt, and like every bit of filming like that Marvin was in, like she was there, like so she was like in the in. um Marvin's brother used to race. He had a really bad injury. I don't know where he's with his recovery. I think like he was partially paralyzed and it was not good.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, and Mathilde grew up in Moto 2, in France. So I think she's incredible. I think, much like Ellie and Chad, like coming to the States, like to support your man. And I will say this about Mathilde: every single race that I like physically saw her, she had the dopest outfits. Like her clothes. Like I think I said this before. She was wearing like a red or an orange, but cute orange because it's KTM corduroy skirt and like knee-high boots. Like they were, oh my god, she was so chic. And I just think like thinking about packing for moto for Supercross, and then you don't know what the weather's going to be like because this was in Dallas that I saw her in that one. Like how you're putting together outfits and packing yourself and worrying about Marvin. So I just think that she's chic AF, and she is like so down for Moto and down for Marvin. And I just think it's the best thing ever. And now they have little Margot, and we're just little Margot sisters from across the globe. And I love me some Matilda Muscan. So she is adorbs. I'm here for it.
Yeah, she's stunning. What was that thing where like Eli looked at her or something?
What?
Do you remember that? It's
No.
like there's this thing, it's happened so long ago that like I don't know if Eli was checking her out or I don't know.
Shoot, that's okay. She hot.
I don't know. It was like a story a long time
Okay, I'm
ago, but
putting it
I don't
down.
remember it.
Eli checking out Matil. I will research.
Or looked at her like a certain way. I don't know what it was.
She's freaking hot. So I don't blame him. I mean, he's got good taste. I don't think there is an unattractive girl in moto at all. Like
No, there's
they're all
not.
friggin' queens. So
Mhm.
oh, funny story. So speaking of women in moto, I posted the thing about like Kenzie Anderson, Jason's wife, and like all the connection. I don't know who half those people are, but I had
Oh
multiple
yeah, I
people.
saw that.
I was like, I don't know who these people are, but everybody else on the internet did. And I went and looked them up, and I was like, okay, those people have lots of followers. I just thought it was adorable that like Kenzie found Jason on her explore page and like slid into his DMs. Well, now it makes sense. Like she used to date a GNCC guy. So like that's why she had moto stuff on her explore page. I just thought it was like pure happenstance and she shoot
Oh.
her shot.
Yeah.
Either way, I love Kenzie. She's stunning. Like stunning.
She's perfect.
She does get
Yeah.
readies with me, and like the beginning, like
Yeah.
like the beginning, you're like, oh, you look really tired. She don't look really tired. She looks fucking stunning. Like, pardon
Yeah.
my French. But somebody messaged me the picture of Adam Cianciarillo and his girlfriend Ashley, who is Jason's ex. And somebody was like, oh my gosh, I think that's the girl that used to date Ando. And I'm like, girl, you're like 4 months behind. Like, I love it. I love that you know to send me that, but like, I know. So we're here for the girlies, the moto adjacent girlies, we shall say. Faith and I have been exploring who this blonde is that keeps popping up in Deegan Snap. So Faith is a hardcore run. We shout out Faith. She is an investigator extraordinaire.
Mhm.
So we are here for all of the girly tea in moto. So maybe one day we'll Rap Yap needs to be behind Patreon, that's for sure. So one day I'll get my act together and I'll tell you guys some real juice, but you're gonna have to pay for it. Because if you're paying for it, then I know that you're invested and I can vet everybody's name. But that day is not today because I have a full-time job, as does Katie, and we got to get this show on the road. So we got Unadilla up next. I will actually be home. Our kids started school this week. Your daughter did as well.
Yep, we are staying home this week. We're gonna watch it live
Heck yeah.
and cross our fingers the whole time.
That's all we can ask for,
Nothing
man.
bad happens.
Seriously, the moto bad juju is out there. So, Unadilla, Buds, and then World Supercross. Not World Supercross. SMX. SMX.
Yes, Charlotte, right?
Destination.
It's the
Yeah.
first one.
Charlotte, and then St. Louis.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Yep,
Vegas.
that sounds right. Mhm.
I am low-key dreading September in Vegas. Like, I'm very excited to go, but like it's gonna be so hot. Like,
Faith said there's like metal bleachers.
what? You're gonna like fry our butts?
Yeah. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
I think it
Oh,
is a night race, so
it better be, because that would be
but
brutal.
when I come to Texas in 2 weeks from tomorrow, we will kinda lay out the Vegas plan and where we're at with all of that.
Yes, yes, for sure. I feel like I've talked to so many people who are going and they're like, "Where are you staying? When are you flying in?" I'm like, "I don't know yet." But if you're going to Vegas and you are a Romy and you follow me, you better come find me and give me a hug. Katie, I won't offer up Katie to have hugs. Katie has her
I'll
own
give a
bodily autonomy.
I'm good with hugs.
We can give out high fives. Yeah, let's just say, if you're a female Romy, we will give hugs. If you're a male and you're a weirdo and I have talked to you in my DMs, I might just high five you. I might not do anything because I got some weird dudes in my DMs. Let's be real. Especially the ones that try to convince me to like love everything Hayden does. Those are my favorites. Like he's got that dog in him, like all of his like antics, and I'm like, you are not going to convince me to like him off the bike. Like I don't know
Love
why you
that.
keep trying.
Yeah, no, I do love the meme though when like the dogs are in like the rib cage. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
so funny.
Yep. Oh gosh, but all right, let's do Unadilla, and then Katie will be here, and then it'll be SMX, and then it'll be Destinations, and then it'll be Australia, and then we'll be at A1. Like what?
We'll be at A1 before we know it.
No, really. Like we will blink and it will be here. Wild.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, girlie. It's been a fun one.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye.